Hello everyone, this is the Abundance Oracle here. Please like, share, and especially subscribe because I've got a goal that I'm aiming for the end of the year. And if I help you, maybe you can help me. Okay, do you know that there's an art to being a cheapskate that is an abundant person, has abundance around them? I'm going to use an example because one of my friends did a YouTube channel today talking about how he invested in his tools. And I'm thinking, you know, what are my tools? Well, I own real estate. And so for this house, for example, what I do to save money and have my abundance grow and be opulent, actually, is a lot to do with my plants outside. So some basics, I know you know I have a couple little chickens. I plant comfrey. I have dandelions that I pick up out of one part of the lawn and go put them in a raised bed so they'll grow for my chickens. Lamb's quarter, lamb's ear, I mean, all this stuff, all these plants that just keep growing more and more abundant every year. I plant those so I can supplement the chicken food. Okay, now let's move on to landscaping. This is our summer place, and the choice is to plant a very highly manicured lawn in the area I am in, or you can go natural. Now, these houses that are around me, I think the highest one down the street sold for 30 million and the lowest is probably my house. And so that's a tenth of that. So I decided I was going to go with natural. I'm on a pond. I have water views. It's not on the ocean, but it's water views. So anyway, what I do is I go to friends' house that have these wonderful landscaping services, and I say, you know, when your daffodils, you probably can't see my daffodils out here, but tons of yellow daffodils. When your daffodils get bunched in, they grow, they expand, and every couple of years you need to sort of put them in half and take half of those out and plant them someplace different, so that they still just keep expanding. Well, so I say, okay, let me show you about your daffodils over here. Can I take half of those, spread them out, so yours will grow much better and not be all crammed in? And it looks like this year, this part here, this part there, and this part there could do really well to be separated out. And I would like to keep the separated part. I'm starting to fill up my whole area over there because mine now that I have gotten for free are now clumping up, and I need to spread those out as well. So bulbing flowers, the majority of them, they need to be spread out every once in a while. And my friend Kathy, I went over to her house and she's got these beautiful purple little flowers, and there's a big pile of them there. And I said, what are you doing? And she said, well, there's just so much, they just keep expanding and I don't want them to go past my sidewalk here. And there's a pile. I'm saying, can I have those? Yes. Well, I don't know how well they're going to do, she says. I said, okay, well, give them to me. I'll try. Okay. There's tons and tons of plants that you can self-propagate, that you can use even for your vegetable garden. Plant asparagus. Asparagus comes back year after year after year with basically doing nothing. I do get seeds. There's little red seeds at the end of the year. I pull them off and I take them and plant them back in the soil. Some live, some die, but they just come back year after year, no cost to you. Imagine having opulence. Rhubarb comes back year after year after year. Rhubarb and strawberry pie. Okay, what about growing, instead of evergreen little evergreens near your fences, why don't you start putting in little teensy blueberry bushes? Load up down your whole fence blueberry bushes. You just trim them as though you were trimming your evergreens. And the people that walk by your house can pick little treats out for themselves when the blueberries start to come out. There's tons and tons of things that you can do. For my chickens, I have comfrey. I have, like I said, a lot of things that will come back year after year after year. And my dahlias just love my dirt. And I have to give them, myself, I give some away because they're just way, way too much. They're so happy, my dahlias, because I have very natural dirt with lots of pine needles, and evidently they like the acidity in the pine needles. So take your time and look at how can you, just when you walk outside, how can you, instead of spending money on redoing something that you would have to buy over and over. For example, your hanging baskets, or I have 2 big buckets. I buy geraniums, and I take those inside in the winter and trim them all back and keep them watered every once in a while, but down in the cool basement, and they come back. I don't have to buy new geraniums every year. So walk around and get to know what plants around your home or apartment, condo, whatever it is, can you use over and over and have it grow, grow, grow. Some people will even swap you for some of your things. So just practice being a cheapskate. It'll come in very handy. And for every 20 bucks you save or more on not buying some bulbs, that can go towards your kids' college education or your grandkids' college education. So tell me your ideas and what you do with your exterior so that you spend less money. I also do, I have composting, so my soil is very fabulous. I save all the eggs, I save all the parts of the vegetables and everything else. And you can get a composter that goes in your kitchen and you just drop it in. It doesn't smell, nothing. So the more that you look to save money, the more you're going to be surprised at absolutely how easy it is to save money and a lot of work. You don't have to do it over and over each year. This is the Abundance Oracle. Big hugs to you all. Don't forget about yard sales. This is Between the Fence Posts, YouTube. Don't forget yard sales. Buy tools at yard sales. A lot of people are downsizing. Us boomers, we're old people. You can buy our old stuff that are even sometimes made better than the new stuff. Get to be an expert at being a cheapskate. You'll have more abundance, and so will your family that inherits the wealth that you save from being a very wise shopper. Love you all. This is the Abundance Oracle. Bye-bye.